Hi there, everyone. This is Tony. I'm here at the University of Western Cape. We're actually here live in person with the Bioinformatics training at SANBI, the South Africa Bioinformatics Institute. So, tell us about yourself, where you're from.
Hi, my name is Charity Nassuna. I'm from Uganda. I work with the Uganda Virus Research Institute in the Department of Arbovirology, Emerging and Re-emerging Infections.
Okay, great. So, you have done sort of biology or more sort of computational background before you got here, or
Oh, I had a biology
background?
background.
Okay, so
Yes.
that's more sort of working in the lab, dealing with wet lab. So obviously coming into this, it's a lot of coding, programming. How do you find that transition?
I'll say the transition is wasn't easy or is not easy at the
Sure.
beginning, but then as you keep practicing,
Yeah.
you find that it keeps getting easier. And besides, we need it to be able to explain what we do in the wet lab. It gives
Yes.
you a good feel to know how you generate your result after the actual wet lab. Yes, so
Yeah. So
keep
I
going.
mean, the COVID pandemic was literally 2 years ago.
Mhm.
I'm sure the Uganda government struggled with it as much as the rest of the African continent. So we see the need for bioinformaticians and these analysis, data analysis. Do you have some advice for people, scientists that wanting to come do this?
Yes, what I would tell anyone who wants to train or enter into the bioinformatics field is don't fear. That would be my first thing to tell them. Like, maybe you might reach there and things seem hard in the beginning because maybe all this is new, like anything new. In the beginning, you might feel a bit like it's too hard for you to maybe do. But what I can encourage anyone is give it a chance, like give it your whole, then you get it eventually. Because I personally, I feel like in the beginning, my first encounter with bioinformatics, I was like, this is hard.
Mm.
But then maybe if you keep trying and maybe you get the right people to help you and then start from the easiest level and then you go on building, you eventually start to find that it's not as hard as you thought it was.
Yeah, certainly. As you say, there's so many tools, Galaxy, R, Linux, Command Line. It's very overwhelming. So you actually need to be maybe a bit focused and take it one step at a time. So do you find the training helpful? There's a lot of experts mentoring you, giving you exposure to different methodologies.
I think the training to me was extremely or is extremely helpful because I'm still undergoing it. Because my like I said, my first time with, let me say, command line in particular, I would say it was hard. Extremely hard because why? Someone maybe has 1 day or 2 days to take you through, and then there's so much to learn. So you don't have enough time to process what you've just understood in maybe the first 1 hour, and then you're already moving on to the next. But this training in particular, I'll say, has changed my mindset more than the trainings I've had before because they started from, I would say, zero ground of
Foundation.
what is Linux, because that is the foundation of the command line you're going to do. But if someone starts with already pipelines and all that, for someone who is just trying to go into this bioinformatics field,
Yes.
they would be like, this thing is hard. But someone who has started by telling, no, in command line you use Linux. Now
Yes.
this is Linux, these are some of the commands you can start out with, and then from this you go on building to this next command, to this next, these are the what we mean by containers. How do you create an environment? Someone has been nurturing you right from zero ground. So I feel like this has really changed my mindset, and I could tell anyone out there, or I could also be someone who would talk to someone out there and tell them, you know what, this thing is not hard. Try to learn A, B, C, D, and you'll get it. And I think I'm headed for the right thing, in the right direction. Yes.
That's good. No, no, that's great. So, I mean, as we come to the end of this, do you have any advice? I mean, we see here in training there's not a lot of women in the room. As a female scientist, do you have any advice for younger generations or people that's coming into the field?
What I would tell them, number one, if you're female out there and you maybe want to try out data science, bioinformatics, I would say there are women already who are doing it. That means even you can do it, because if other women can, then you can. So
Sure.
it's not hard.
Yes.
As long as you start from first principles and then you go on building slowly, you can do it. Believe in yourself. I'm right now I'm also believing in myself, but maybe some time back I thought like this was too hard, but
Okay, no,
yeah,
that's
we
great.
can do it.
No, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.